When I got the call, I was eating dinner alone. The voice on the other end wasn't hers, it was my daughter's school nurse. She came in crying again, she said, her arms broken. My fork froze halfway to my mouth. I hadn't seen my daughter in 2 weeks, her mother's custody rotation. She fell, the nurse added carefully, like someone repeating a lie they'd been told. I drove the 2 hours in silence. No music, no thoughts, just the hum of tires eating distance. When I arrived, my daughter was sitting on the couch, her arm in a makeshift sling. Her stepfather, the sheriff of this county, stood beside her, arms crossed. My ex-wife hovered near the doorway, lips pressed tight. "She's fine," she said quickly. "It was an accident." But my daughter's eyes said otherwise. They didn't plead, they warned. Later, when he stepped away to take a call, she whispered it. "He broke it. He said if I tell you, he'll break the other one." I felt something die inside me. Not anger, not grief, something colder. Her mother had heard it too. She said nothing. That silence became the last thing I ever forgave her for. You can tell a man's guilt by how quickly he changes the subject. The sheriff, her husband, talked about the weather, about football, about how I should let her rest. Every word was a test, every pause a challenge. My ex-wife stood by him, eyes flicking between us like a coward waiting for permission to breathe. When I asked if they'd taken her to the hospital, the sheriff smirked. "She doesn't need one, it's just a sprain." The way he said it, calm, rehearsed, almost daring me to disagree, told me everything I needed to know. I looked at my daughter again. Her small body trembled with the effort of not crying. The same courage I'd once seen in her mother, before she traded it for comfort and control. When I left that house, I didn't say goodbye. I didn't even close the door. I knew if I opened my mouth then, I'd lose control. And control was the only thing that would save her. I started small. Photographs, dates, times she'd missed school, old bruises written off as clumsy accidents. Then medical records, each one with the same signatures. Her mother's, his, never mine. I visited quietly, under the pretense of dropping off gifts. Each time I found something new, a mark, a change, a silence that wasn't there before. When I asked her once, alone in her room, she didn't speak. She just showed me her notebook. Drawings, crude, childlike sketches of a man yelling, a woman watching, and a little girl hiding behind a bed. That's when I knew this wasn't just abuse. It was ritual, repetition, control disguised as family order. So I planned, not vengeance, precision. I started recording every visit, every word. And when the sheriff called me unstable for caring too much, I smiled. Let him think it. Let him think I'd break first. The truth was, I was already broken, and broken things don't make noise. They cut cleanly. 2 weeks later, I received a copy of the sheriff's disciplinary record. Anonymous source. No name, no message, just a warning hidden inside the report. He'd been investigated 3 times. Domestic incidents, all buried, all signed off by his brother-in-law, head of the county board. So that's how they played it. A web of favors and silence, and my daughter, caught in the middle. I didn't confront him, I waited. The following Friday, I arrived unannounced. Her mother opened the door, startled. He stood behind her, beer in hand, smile sharp enough to cut. "What are you doing here?" he asked. I didn't answer. I just placed the printed records on the table, beside his badge. His eyes flicked across the pages. Color drained from his face, slowly, like someone watching his own reflection fade. "You don't understand what you're getting into," he said quietly. "Maybe not," I replied, "but I understand what you did." My ex-wife looked between us, pale and trembling. For the first time, she didn't defend him. That silence, again, told me she finally knew it was over. That night, I came back for my daughter. She was waiting at the window, her small suitcase already packed. He tried to block the doorway, his badge gleaming in the low light. "You're not taking her anywhere," he said. I looked at him, then at her, Then I smiled. "Move," I said softly. He didn't. So I reached into my pocket, not for a weapon, for my phone. I pressed play. His voice filled the room, recorded from 2 days ago. "Tell your dad, and I'll break the other one." My ex-wife gasped. He froze. I stepped closer, eyes never leaving his. "Sheriff," I said, "you're under investigation. I sent that recording to Internal Affairs an hour ago." The color drained from him. He stumbled back, breath quickening. My daughter slipped past him and clung to my side. He screamed then, rage, fear, denial, but it all sounded small. Smaller than the sound of my daughter whispering, "Can we go home now?" We left without looking back. Months later, his badge was gone. Her mother avoided cameras during the trial. The house sold quietly. I sat on my porch one night, my daughter asleep inside. Her arm had healed, though she still held it close when she dreamed. I replayed everything, the silence, the lies, the fear, and realized revenge isn't fire, it's ice, slow, patient, unforgiving. He taught her pain. I taught her freedom. When I see her smile now, it's small, fragile, but real. She doesn't know what I had to become to protect her, and she never will. Because some truths aren't meant for children. They're meant for ghosts, and I've already become one.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.